but when I'm a big guy on experience, Jack Kenna, and
I know you are.
this,
I know you want proven. You want it to prove you as a coach that you can do it, and then
yeah,
we'll
and then
call it.
the running back coach or the running back coach says, "Hey, we need a young guy to do what Abdullah does." I don't have a problem with this guy being a play. I want him to succeed, Jack. I like I like I like guys from New Hampshire that proved me wrong. Like Eckler did, or guys like that didn't have they had to work. That you have to work to do that. You just can't assume that this guy is going to take somebody's job when Abdullah has done the same thing over and over and over again and always been successful. There's a reason why this guy makes team. There's a reason why he's a 10-year vet. It ain't because he's a foul to us and we think he's a
And that's
slouch
a
or whatever.
problem. He's a 10-year vet, right? He's a 10-year vet.
That's
He's
a
getting
lot of
older.
experience. That's a lot of experience. That's a lot of mistakes less made than a rookie would do.
Agree.
And you don't know if this guy could take big hits from a linebacker or a defensive end or some corners nowadays. You don't know what's going to happen. So being comfortable is what coaches like to be. The running back coach likes to be comfortable with who he has out there, and rookies don't make coaches comfortable unless, especially 6th-round rookies. You might have all the talent in the world, but there's still a lot you need to learn, Jack. You know that there's a lot you need to
Mm-hmm.
learn. And when it comes down to Bennett, Chris, I've said I think that his guidance, the guy they picked for him for his development. I never liked Marcus Peters. You say that he was instinctive and he got burnt and he picked plays and all that, but he was an asshole on the football field. He started
Yeah.
fights for no reason. He that's not Raider to me. Getting penalties is not Raider to me.
Yeah.
And then it's all right sometimes, but if when a receiver deserves it. But
And
I
getting in
think
fights, I kind of see that as a Raider thing. It's like, dude, I'll never forget, Atkinson, like when he saw it on the TV. It's like,
but
who are
then
you
you
getting
didn't
a
get
fight?
penalties for it,
Who are
Jack.
you getting
You
a
didn't get
fight with
penalty.
today?
You didn't get a penalty for it like when back in the days.
Yeah.
Nowadays
Now,
you do.
No, I agree. I agree with the gravy. I agree with that, brother. It's like,
And
but I love
it's a
that.
hurting your
Like,
15-yard
team now.
penalty. 15-yard penalty. How many times were you pissed off at Aluminum for jumping off sides at the goal line, and then we got to
shit.
kick a field goal after it?
Yeah.
And we kept him on 2 more years. Now,
Sure did.
what has Abdullah done like that for this guy to beat him out? That's the question I've been asking you when you brought it up.
Well, the question I have is, like, what has Abdullah done? I really don't see him doing much. He's like, overall, it's like, he's done kick. He's
He's
done
doing
kick
what's
return.
asked of him. He's doing what's asked. I mean, he's playing his
And
role. He's playing his
with the
role.
limited touches that he gets, he absolutely does the most with them. He absolutely does the most with the minimum amount of touches that he gets. And that is actually why they don't have to worry about changing the play at the line of scrimmage and him standing and blocking or running the right route, getting positive yards, first downs. I can assure you his stats prove why he's there. And that's why they keep signing him back.
And plus, a lot of third down backs aren't really known anyway. Like if you think about it, like if someone were to tell you who are the top 5 third down backs, a lot of people probably couldn't name 5 of them. Like I know the guy that was named Nims for the Colts for a while. Like he was good, and I mean there's some guys out there, of course, but at least on the top of my mind, I mean, I don't know other teams' third down backs.
True. But yeah, that's why I feel like Labe is like, just a younger version. We've seen so many comps with that kid. I feel like he's actually like the 3rd player in our draft that actually could be a starter. And next year, I feel like, Epps is going to walk. And Trey Taylor is going to be another, safety for us.
Shout out to Trey Taylor. Shout out to Trey Taylor.
I really
falling in love with rookies that haven't showed you shit. Haven't showed you nothing, Jack.
I know.
That is our problem,
right.
bro. That is our problem.
But if he's not, then it's Paul Mahler, right? Gravy
then
is
you
if
play
it's not him, it's Palomalo.
No, he's talking about. I think he's still
Palomalo at
talking
least
about.
has interceptions and playoff time. They're two different, two different guys. I would have
I think like
Palomalo.
the
Trey
NFL is
Taylor's gonna be
going this
nice.
way.
I'm going on record saying Trey Taylor gonna be nice.
I agree.
He's gonna be
I
nice.
agree.
He's gonna be nice. He
I
can
agree.
develop. He can develop
Yeah.
because he's that late of a pick. Right off the bat, learning how your deep third.
No, not coming
and
in starting.
all these routes that tight ends do, and they don't do this stuff in college. It's not the same.
Let's keep in
It's
mind
totally
though.
different.
Let's keep in mind he's a Jim Thorpe winner though. It's not like him and some of them other rookies are different now.
Ordinary average rookie.
Yeah, like now he's yeah, like he's a little different though.
You tell me if anybody gives a shit that he won the Jim Thorpe Award in NFL.
No. I'm just saying. No, college doesn't necessarily matter because it doesn't always translate. But what I'm saying is, we're not going to act like he's just a guy who, didn't have production. That's my thing. I mean, for someone that gets that gets that award in the, what was he, their 7th round pick? Was he 7th or 6th? Yeah, it's like
7th round.
I put it this way: we've never. Our 7th round pick last year was what? Nesta Jade, Severa. We knew nothing about him. We knew, and then the year before that, it's like, but we actually got a guy that has, he's decorated, so I'm excited for him.
It's like a small town guy. Like, okay, let's talk about another small town guy. Let's go back in history. Howie Long was a small town guy.
Okay, Jack.
Let's go back to him.
We talked about that earlier.
He was a 2nd round draft pick for the Raiders.
Comparing him,
but he was a small town guy. So it really
Max Crosby would destroy Howie Long and defensive end right now.
That ain't the question, man.
Well, I hope he
Gravy
does,
making
honestly.
up.
Gravy, I hope he
making
does,
up
man. I hope Max beats out. Max is the leader of this team. There's one player that's untradeable on this team. It's Mad Max. Man, that guy's unbelievable. Like a few years ago, it was
Howie Long was
Max.
tradable. Howie Long was tradable.
Well,
you know that Al Davis was on the quick to get rid of Howie Long for John Elway, right?
Yes, I do remember that. It was him and 2nd round draft pick, but the NFL blocked it. The NFL blocked it.
Crazy. That would have been crazy.
We would go insane if Max Crosby got traded.
Wait, hold on. We say that, but would you? Nah, never mind.
Would I trade Howie Long for John Elway? Yes, I would.
No, I was gonna say, would you trade Max
it would
for
be like
Mahomes?
Right now, Mad Max for
Mahomes.
Mahomes. There you go, Chris.
I would think about it. I would think about it.
I'd do it.
I do it. I ain't gonna lie.
No, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, because it's but yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So the reason I brought that up is that's no slight to Howie Long, because if you get a chance to get a different type of quarterback, that would change the trajectory of your organization. So I wouldn't say that as it's a bad thing. Howie Long was a monster.
He was the beast. Like you guys, I heard you guys talking earlier in chat about, the great defensive lines. It's a 1983 team.
Oh, yeah, with Howie and them. Yeah.
Well, Howie had 84 sacks. Greg Townsend had 107.5 sacks.
That was a good.
And Sean Jones, as the defense tackle. And then Bill Pickell was like the nose tackle. And then coming off the bench was was Lyle Zato.
Yeah. No, that was
so,
fire.
When I hear people talking about the Raiders, defensive line right now, you need to show me that before you're going to say, oh, this is the greatest defensive line ever. No.
Hold on, Jack, though. But that's what they saying. That's what they saying about Lobby. They said you got to show it.
Well, and I can understand that. Gravy's a coach, and he says show it before we say it. And I just saying I think that Lobby will pass him up. I'm not saying right now, because I said this in the chat. I'm like, what he needs to show is that he needs to be able to block. So who is that kid that we got? Like the undrafted free agent, and then he was like a great blocker, good pass catcher. We had him for several years, and then we let him go.
Yeah, Rashard.
Jalen Rashard. Good job, bro.
Worst mistake
I liked him a lot.
Hey,
worst mistake the Raiders ever did.
Y'all know that was my dude.
Yeah, I like Spook, man. I did like Spook.
I like Spook about him. And y'all said
he made a living. He made a living doing that. A good living too.
And for the record, Jack, I'm not really against Lobby becoming something great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that he doesn't have the ability.
It would be ideal. It would be ideal. Because he's young.
I'm just saying I can't
potential is there, Jack.
Yeah, I don't see that translating to the NFL. Like
potential is good. But you know, instead of talking about Lobby beating out or whatever his name is, I don't even know how to say his name.
Abdullah.
No, I know Abdullah, but if we're talking about, if we're not talking about Lobby beating out Zeus, then that's a conversation that I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about Lobby being the third running back or being a good special teams player, because you're going to be disappointed in yourself because you're not going to see him being on the offense. You're going to just see number 23 running, being a gunner. He might be the best gunner on Raider history, but if you don't get that blocking down, which you even said is an issue for him, then he's gonna have to start out problems. He's gonna have problems making it in the NFL without doing that.
Yeah, to me, I think returning kicks is probably going to be his chance, because honestly, like especially like listening to that special teams coordinator, like I think they're going to have a lot of strategic views, or approaches to the special teams. I'm excited, and I think someone like him could be dangerous. Your
best players now, Chris. You might see some of your best players being on special teams. Because of the kickoff rule.
Yeah, it's a true threat now. It's a true threat.
You might see, Jefferson out there returning kickoffs. You might see
back there.
Yeah,
you might see Lamar. It's a dumb thing, but
he's
somebody fast.
You
might see him out there, bro. They said Fields was working out at it.
Yeah. To me, that's crazy.
I thought that was a smart idea.
You can't get on the field.
A smart idea for Fields?
Give him a package. Give him a package and make that part of it. Absolutely. Yeah. Why let that kid sit on the sideline? Give him a package, bro. Give him a package.
For kickoffs?
And for offense.
Oh, yeah. No, offense. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, offense. Absolutely.
I would use that kid however I would, you know what? Honestly, I would use him like how the Saints use Tatum, whatever his name is.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
Just telling you, why let him sit? Russell's going to play unless, right? Even if you see Russell playing, why not just use him? You paid for him. I don't know. I just see it. I thought it was smart when they said it.
I don't know why we didn't get Russell Wilson.
At least don't get me started. Don't get me started on that.
Yeah, don't get me. Yeah, Gravy, I agree.
I didn't want it.
I don't care.
Turf is the only one, man.
I didn't.
We just said we take Mahomes. We just said we take Mahomes, but we won't take a lower budget.
Yeah,
Turf. I just don't. Well,
I'm kind of curious. Does anyone know what we're paying? Like, the guy was like on our bench right now, like,
he's not the
practice
right
squad. What are we paying him compared to Russell Wilson?
Exactly. Because Russell's getting what, 1.2?
$1.8 million.
He's not the right fit for the locker room, bro. He's not the right guy.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Absolutely. But you know what? At $1.88 million, you could just cut him, and it's like it doesn't cost you a dime.
It doesn't cost you a dime.
But you got a guy who made a Super Bowl, he has that experience, has all those games played. Man, yeah.
I get it, man. All money ain't good money, man. That's the way I look at it.
And there ain't no tax either, so Shit.
How many
No, I
playoff
I
wins do we
understand
have?
y'all.
How many playoff wins do we have? How many Super Bowls do we
I'd
have?
rather what we did. I'd take Minshew over Russ any day. I really would.
Oh, if we talk about Minshew starting, yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I think
Okay,
right
yeah,
now,
no,
AOC is going to win anyway. I think
This-
AOC is going to win.
this is the reason why I wanted Turf originally on. Let's talk that AOC Minshew stuff, man.
You already
Ooh.
know what I think, bro, and you already hear what's going on in camp. See, I've been preaching to y'all on this, and y'all gonna give me my props when this starts to come to fruition. The kid broke Drew Brees' accuracy.
Oh
record.
my God, come on.
Bro. He is
you were just
accurate.
talking about Lobie and his
He's
college
accurate,
career.
bro. He's mad accurate. And I'm telling you, it's about to translate. Y'all got to remember, this kid got thrown into the fire with no real offensive coordinator, with his quarterback's coach changing to be his offensive coordinator. No plan, no nothing. There was not a single other offensive soul in that building because they left with McDummy. So I'm sorry. I just don't see that coming to fruition well, and I think he did outstanding with that. So now giving him a full off season, he started out with this guy as far as Getsy. I think he got more than a couple of weeks, and I know there are people that don't think that matters. I think it matters. I think him getting that playbook before somebody maybe a month within with his intelligence, I'm telling you, it's no telling where he's at right now. And I'm telling you, he's more accurate, and it's shown on the video, and it's what they talk about when it comes to OTAs. It's accuracy. It's gonna matter. Y'all gonna see.
Turf, I agree with you. You know, who knows, man? We don't know about AOC 12, and because you know what, he was like the second best quarterback last year. But I'll put some words of for John Madden.
On, guys.
Well, can I answer your question, Jack?
No. Let me see what John said. John Madden said, "Is like if you don't have a number one quarterback, you don't have a quarterback."
Yeah,
that's John Madden's words. Our best coach in our Raiders history. But Turf, I do agree. I see more upside with AOC 12 than I do see with Minshew.
How?
I like Minshew. And I protect the shield. Come on, give
How?
me
my. Minshew
said it.
Minshew beat Aiden O'Connell on head-to-head gameplay.
That's two different teams. They're on the same team now.
Depending our season on a guy, he's so tight that he went 5-5 during the season.
Well, that's great. He's a rookie. Rookie fourth round quarterback.
Oh, he's a rookie now, but we don't think he's a second-year player now. If he doesn't do good, what are we going to say? He needs to develop more.
Well, we talked about Bennett, right?
It depends on how he doesn't do good.
Give him one more chance.
It depends on how he doesn't do good. If he comes out,
we got a guy that took 3 teams to the playoffs. Almost took Indianapolis, beat us, dissected our secondary. When we played against them, and then we're not starting the guy. There's an option to start the guy
if he doesn't beat him out, and that's the thing. AP is not going to give this kid the start just because. He is absolutely going to force him to battle, and if he beats him out, going to be valid, and that's all I'm saying.
And that's what it needs to be. It needs to be a true competition.
Absolutely, and I love Minshew. And if Minshew's the starter, I'm gonna be there going to get a jersey.
Let's talk about this for from the GM perspective.
You got an old Gannon jersey. You're gonna put a piece of tape on it, put O'Connell on the back of it. Don't disrespect Richie Gannon for that.
I love Gannon. I think Gannon's probably the best quarterback in Raiders history. But let's talk about what Tom Telesco did.
Gotta be Kenny.
Woo wee! I like Gannon a lot.
I love Gannon, but it's gotta be Kenny.
Yeah, I saw my first game in 1974, guys.
No, I get it. I'm just saying that is a tall order. Like that's a tough debate, bro. I love Gannon, but I can't even
You got to keep that on your Rolodex, saying that Jack Kenner said that Rich Gannon was.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one.
I don't see that.
Yeah, that's and I like I said.
So please tell me what team, if you put Gannon on it, wouldn't have been, would be worse.
Well, that's not.
Okay, then don't talk about it.
Well, no,
I mean,
but no, but I think Gannon is the epitome of a system quarterback, though. I think you separate.
He was
you separate Gannon from
like for 4,000 yards. Like he was like in 2002. He was the number one quarterback in the league.
Well, yeah, but it's under the same system though. It's under Gannon's system, or it's under Gruden's system that he created.
Gruden wasn't around back then.
No, but that's why we got in trouble in the Super Bowl, because that's the same offense we ran under Callahan.
Correct.
And that's why we got in trouble in the Super Bowl.
Absolutely right.
When Gruden got traded, it's like, what's his name? Oh my God, I'm drawing mental. Like he went to the Chargers afterwards, and like he ran exactly the same plays as Gruden, and our center went AWOL to like Mexico and got fucked up.
Yeah, that's Callahan. Callahan was a coach. It was the same. Yeah, it was the same. And that's what I'm saying. That was the same scheme that Gannon was good. That's why I said that Gannon was a system guy, because before that, Gannon didn't do nothing. He was what? KC, the Vikings, probably a couple other teams.
He was
just a journeyman.
Tell me, he wouldn't have got on the field next to Joe Montana, bro. He was backing up Joe Montana. So he ain't gonna get on the field. Gruden seen what he could do, and he became an MVP in 2 years. So that's Gruden, and that was Gannon's ability to move the pocket, not running around. I'm not that type of dude, but you gotta be something like that, not like a Gannon running 30 yards for a first down. I don't need that. I don't need my quarterback doing that. Just
evade pressure, man.
Move to the side, move to the front, move up, do something. You're hanging on the ball for 5 seconds. It ain't gonna happen. Your offensive line cannot do that these days. You cannot do that. These defensive tackles, these defensive ends are too fast. The defensive coordinators are geniuses, dissecting you on what you do wrong. And, if that overdoes O'Connell, that I seen him once against the worst game he ever played was the Charger game when Matt got 7 sacks on him. But that was with a different regime. 6. I know that was jacked up. I'm convinced in my mind that was a jacked up situation that he was in. But you cannot make me forget the Minnesota game, even though it wasn't his fault. You cannot make me forget the Indianapolis game. You cannot make me forget the 3 quarters that he didn't do shit, only scored 6 points against Kansas City, which we won defensively. You don't get 2 touchdowns from your defense.
He
almost broke Jamarcus Russell's record for most incompleted passes.
Let's wind it down a little bit. Let me wind it down a little bit. So we go back to even last year when you have Derek Carr on the team, and McDaniel says, "Do not change the play." See, you are calling this play, and that was Derek Carr's best ability is changing the play, and then
I don't think that happened. It
did happen. And then you come to this year, and then you got these guys coming out there. You got a rookie. You said, "Hey, I don't want to change my number because you know what? I'm a rookie. This is what my coach said to me. You're going to take this number." So disrespected Derek Carr. He didn't want that number, but I'm going to take this number. And you call the play. You run what I run to you. And then it's like, then we go to AP. The world changed, right? Our defense got better. Our offense, whatever. It's like yes and no in certain games. I mean, 63 points against the Chargers, like amazing, but no points against Minnesota. It's like
that's bad.
It was our head coach that did this stuff.
That's really, really bad.
See, I don't know. I never liked that narrative of the whole not letting Derek Carr change the play.
That's what he said. Don't change the play.
I think Derek Carr just didn't know the offense enough, because when you look at when Jarrett Stidham came in for them last 2 games, specifically against the 49ers,
He knew that.
Jarrett Stidham was comfortable with the playbook. He was calling audibles. You saw it out there. He was calling audibles and changing the play, changing formation. So I just think it's just Carr wasn't or I'll put it this way. Carr wasn't comfortable enough, and I think Josh McDaniels just didn't feel like he knew the playbook enough, which was clear because Jarrett Stidham ran that offense well.
This is where you hate me, Chris, because I think he purposefully did that. I think Carr was set up personally. I don't think so. That's kind of the way that the Patriots.
Yeah, I agree, dude. Absolutely.
But why though? But what would the point of that though?
To get you out. Get you out, bro.
But you got to think though.
So they can get their guy.
7 years of evidence that he didn't do shit. 7 years, 2 years he was good.
But the thing is, you got to think, Turf. You got to think. Josh McDaniels had a terrible run in Denver. He had to wait a while to get another opportunity. And the thing is, you really think that instead of telling the owner and tell Ziegler like, hey, we need to move on from Carr. Let's just do it now. Let's cut our ties now. Like, you think that he's going to, like, sabotage Carr? I mean, because honestly, we all know he had a short leash. McDaniels had a short leash. A lot of you guys didn't want him in the first place. I can't see him just – to me, it would just be better to say, hey, Carr, let's go our separate ways, whatever, and then move forward. That's what I would think would happen.
Man, I don't know. I don't put anything past that guy, honestly. I never really liked him at all.
I was with McDaniels because of the offense, but I wasn't. He's not a people person. He doesn't know how to communicate with his players.
Right.
And
absolutely agree.
I think he realized that the locker room realized that it was that way. You gotta make it fun for these guys, bro. You know what I mean? Even though they make so much money, it has to be fun. But if you put yourself in a situation when you're at your workplace and you hate going to work.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
That's what Harbaugh's going to do. I'm telling y'all now. That's what Harbaugh's going to do for the Chargers. I've been trying to tell you guys. Harbaugh is going to fall on his face.
Hey, Gravy, thank you, brother. Did you remind me of something like, what was said earlier about Michael Mayers? The talk was about Michael Mayers, like, not wanting to come to work because, like, we got Brock Bowers and stuff. No, if your boss, think about it. If any of you guys' bosses is a shithead or McFired or McShitnuts, just a horrible person. In your company, you may love your company, but you don't love your boss, and your boss is horrible. It makes it hard to go to work. And that's what Mayers basically said. Man, that kid from Notre Dame is a baller. I've watched him every year. I'm a Notre Dame fan. I've watched him every year. And he is super good. And when we got him in the second round, I was so proud. I'm like, hell yeah, this kid's going to ball out. And we got Brock Bowers. When we run the 12 personnel or 11 personnel, how are you going to even recover that type of stuff? But the whole thing about, Mayers, like, I don't want anyone to say that Mayers doesn't want to come to work. But when your boss is like
he said it, though. He said it. That's his word.
He said it.
He did. It's like, you don't want to go to work because your boss is bad. If you hate your boss, Chris, if your boss is a total dickhead, it made it hard to come to work every day, but you love the organization you work for, would it be hard for you to go to work?
No.
It would, but look, the difference is
like he's all proud about it. It's like, I'm happy. I'm glad we got a change. I'm glad that, AP's there. He's like, I'm happy about that without really saying McDaniel's, stuff.
No, I agree. I think the biggest difference is when you're a rookie, like you're just now, this is your first chance in the NFL. Like, you don't know no better. Like, at the end of the day, now I can see why some of the veterans are like, oh, hell no. This clown, we're not going to do this. But a rookie, like, okay, like the same example you just gave for me is, So if I just started a new job and I got in here and I'm like, man, this boss sucks, but it's like I'm still going to like deal with it because I don't know no different. But then if I talk to some of my peers that have been there for a couple years that seen different bosses, they'll be like, oh no, this dude is terrible. Like, nah, we're not doing this. But me just walking in, I don't know no different. So I'm just working. Like, yeah, it kind of sucks, but I'm doing what I got to do. So it's just weird for Michael Mayer to have that approach that early for me. That's the only thing that I feel.
I'm going to twist it a little bit. So if Michael Mayers is saying that, and a lot of other players are saying the same thing, because we saw a big turn after AP coming in. That means absolutely. A lot of other players. He's the only one that's being vocal on it. A lot of other players were saying exactly the same thing. And you know what? There was a turnaround with our team. When we saw AP come in, that's why we all wanted AP. Man, we want him as head coach. He turned that shit around for everyone. We went from a defense that was like mediocre to like nothing to a top defense.
That's true.
Bro, look, we can't forget, bro, at every level, there are good coaches and bad coaches.
Absolutely.
And that's just the reality of it. Some guys aren't snitches. They just not going to say nothing about it. Obviously, amongst the fellas,
Mayer wasn't a snitch either, though. He waited till later. He wasn't a snitch.
I agree 100%, and that's my point. You're never going to hear
that you don't say about yourself, bro. You don't say I didn't want to get up and go to work. I
agree.
So now I know why you only had 20 catches that year. Why now I know that 172 yards is all you got in the season, and you missed the last 4 games because you got turf toe. Were you feeling this way when you were in the game? Is that the reason why you got hurt? Is that the reason why your productivity wasn't good because you were all in your feelings? Is it Josh McDaniels' job to make you feel good and to wake you up? You need a rooster? You need me to send a rooster to your house to get up and go to practice?
Right.
Yeah, NFL coaches don't do that, bro. You want to babysit. Stay in college, but that's not the way the NFL is ran, bro. That's not the way it's been.
Oh, absolutely
you bring up the Ocho so many times. That's an epitome. You should be mad that you're tight end. You're a high pick tight end and saying stuff like that. I didn't want to go to work because I know that Howie Long and Derek Ball, Chester McLaughlin, Marcus Allen, and all the Raider greats didn't even say that one time, even though they hated Bill Callahan. I'm pretty sure they didn't say that. They went there and worked and earned their money because he gets paid very well being a second round pick. And you don't have as a rookie, you don't have the option to go to work. You have to go to work, no matter who's there, no matter who you like.
I agree with that.
What's going on? What's going on with your
show
life?
that cigar again. Show the cigar. Okay, right there. So what happened? Like when McDaniels got fired, what did we do in that locker room? And we got our first win because of AP, because the culture changed right there.
No, I agree.
That's all. That's good, Kenna. But he still had. We're talking about Michael Mayer. He had 20 catches.
Right.
That means, to me, what that tells me.
You just said he's a baller. He's a beast. 20 catches.
I think he is a beast. I watched him the whole offense ran through him, but the locker room smoked a cigar, and like Serenata, goodbye, get out of here. We don't like our boss. Now we got a new boss that we like.
Look, I'm not saying that you should play bad or have the attitude that Mayer.
No, I don't think you feel like you play bad. I just feel like you just don't like your boss.
That shouldn't matter. But the fact of the matter is, if that's how you feel, you know what I'm saying, Gravy? You can say that's how you felt, but you obviously still came to work, etc. And don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. If we had Brock Bowers last year, I guarantee you he wouldn't have had that turf toe or any of that because he'd have had that on his ass.
Are you a little salty?
That dude
because we got Brock Bowers?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
why did we get Brock Bowers? Because you ain't cutting it? Or they got future plans for you to get rid of you doing something? Did we get a better tight end?
That's not their pick. That's not their pick either. That's the other reality of it. I love Mayer. I got you. Shoot, y'all seen in my shoot my.
The 12 personnel turf. The 12 personnel turf is not the one all be all in football. You know what I
Right.
mean?
No, of course
Two
not.
tight
Of
ends
course.
is not the one all be all in football.
Oh, of course.
And we got people saying, well, in the 12 personnel,
11,
like we're gonna run it
21.
all the time. You know, that we're gonna run it all the time. Okay, you can have two tight ends out there all the time. That means you pass block it. That means you're gonna depend on
no,
how about the run too. You're gonna have about the run too.
That's where the matchup. That's a matchup.
Gravy. Yeah. Let me
Bowers
just get
is
this
a
one off.
matchup nightmare.
That's the key, Gravy, because that's the part I wanted to just put out there. That's where the 12 personnel is very
It's gonna be a problem. Yeah.
Having a dude like Bowers, because guess what? Bowers obviously can be your number one wide receiver. Bowers can be your number 2 wide receiver. Bowers can be your number 3 wide receiver. Bowers can be your fullback.
Yep.
Bowers can be your tailback.
He can run that
Bowers
around.
can literally play every position. So 12 position is really kind of a problem because of the fact that you can actually run whatever you want out of it.
Yeah, but we're not going to run the formation all the time. It's not going to be
but
every
you can.
down.
Right.
Well, no, but I'm just saying you can use him every down. And
you're gonna get figured out. You're gonna get figured out. And then that's it. With the quarterback play we got, we don't got a quarterback.
How do you get a chance to substitute when these guys aren't substitute?
We don't got the quarterback. We don't got the quarterback that could do things the way. If you're in 12 personnel to have a guy block or have a guy sit there and block or do something.
I think both Minshew and Aiden O'Connell got plenty to do.
I know Minshew can.
I think we got plenty.
Yeah, Gravy, I get what you're saying because the 12 personnel is going to be powerful, but like you're right, we probably will only see that 15% of the game.
Oh, boy, hell no.
Probably a lot more because
more than that.
How much more you expect though?
I expect that to be at least 35.
That can't be our base though. That can't be our base of the offense.
Yes, it can because
so
what'll be our? I got a question. So what'll be our base? What will be our base?
To me, I think I would have a slot in there. So basically, I'll have a lot of Trey Tucker in there.
Okay, so you're gonna have Davante.
You're just getting rid of a fullback, so he takes over the fullback.
Yeah, you have Davante.
Or getting rid of a tight end.
What do you mean?
Mayer's going to be your traditional tight end.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna have 2 tight ends all the time.
Right, I understand, but what are you? So what I'm trying to say is what personnel you'll have, because I'm just trying to figure out what person's gonna play that position that's gonna be better than Bowers being in there with the tight end that we have, Mayer.
No, that's what I'm saying. Mayer's gonna be on the.
So you think that Tucker trumps
Mayer? I do.
No. You think he trumps Bowers? Because see, I think Bowers is one.
No, Bowers gonna be on the field.
But that's my point, because with the better blocking of Mayer, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I see more of that than you see more of a slot in Tucker or Bowers for that matter.
So okay, so
I would rather have
that solid tight end. And that's what my argument is. That solid tight end ain't going to be Bowers. It's going to be Mayer, because he's actually.
Oh yeah, then okay, then well, if you're looking at it like that, if you're looking at it like that, there's no way I'm gonna have Bowers on the sideline.
Exactly. So Tucker won't be in there as much. That's my point.
See, but my thing is, I think we're acting like just because Bowers can move, we're acting like he can't block. Like Bowers can play.
Not at all. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is when it comes to getting on the line of scrimmage, and if he decides to need to be in the passing scheme because he's got a horrible matchup, then that's what happens. But not every tight end does that or can do that. We're not putting Mayer in the slot. He's
No,
not
I
a
know that. No, I know that. But that's what I'm
most
saying.
tight
To
ends in
me,
the NFL, most tight ends in the NFL aren't. But that's my whole point to you when it comes to the defense, even with Gravy. When you have that regularly, how do you personnel for that defensively and then defend the deep ball with a slot like Bowers that is truly more of a receiver, and you have personnel in for 12 man where you're trying to take care of two blocking tight ends that you
And
can
then
get
you can mix in Tucker and
Tucker.
Bowers.
That's where you mix in Tucker 15,
Yeah,
20.
if you want to go deep,
I
then you
think. I
Trucker.
don't think you mix in Bowers 20, 15%. You mix in Tucker. I think Mayer is going to be a full-time tight end, personally.
Full-time tight end.
I don't
yeah.
think
See, I
Bowers
don't.
is going to be. I don't think Bowers wins that position because he's more dynamic. It doesn't
No,
make sense.
he is. No,
be
but
that.
no, but that's why I'm talking about the actual personnel. Like I would love to see Bowers and Tucker on the field together more
Absolutely.
than I want to see Bowers and Mayer on the field together. Me
Then
personally.
you're gonna have an empty. Then if you got both of them on there, you're
I
gonna have
could
an
see
empty
that.
backfield.
I could see that as a package.
I don't see it
And then
happening
that's mostly
It's a
you're throwing
matchup
the ball.
hell for a
unless
defense.
it's a passing down. Maybe.
Dude, it's a matchup hell for a defense, bro. I mean, you even if you got a bunch of corners out there, the height, the size is just it's gonna be hard to match. You can't put a linebacker on them. You can't.
Yeah, because
Safeties aren't-
you can almost just. I mean, you almost
These
get
dudes are
twins
like
on both
6'9",
sides.
6'7", like dude.
You can spread Bowers out. You can spread Bowers out, and
Yeah,
make
that's
him
what
a
I'm
slot,
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
and
So then you got twins on both sides, and
they still have a running back. But you
yeah,
got
that's what I'm saying. That's why like you don't gotta go empty. You know, you could still
the,
split.
the whole
And
thing.
honestly,
You do not. Yeah.
The whole thing is that when the 12 personnel was developed, it was a running formation. You didn't have
Correct.
yeah,
tight ends like Bowers or
Correct.
even Mayer out there. You didn't have tight
Correct.
ends like that, or Waller or Kelsey or all Pitts and all these guys.
None of those. No, you
That's
have
why.
blocking,
That's,
real
Yeah.
blocking.
that's why I told you, Chris, that they're bringing safeties to be linebackers now, so they can cover these dudes.
oh yeah,
Yes.
And
oh yeah,
you got light safeties. You know, we got guys like Diablo, that's an ex safety that could cover a guy like Bowers.
yeah,
If he can.
yeah.
But
They'll attempt to. Yeah,
yeah, they'll try to. But the thing is that it's a weapon, and I'd consider Bowers a weapon at the tight end spot. But if they spread him out, he'll be a receiver. He's done that
yeah,
before.
yeah. And that's like to me, that's where a lot of the mismatches are going to be because you know if you have Bowers in and then split them out, then you still got all that speed out there. Like I don't know, it's going to be tough. Like I said, maybe I just got to see more from Michael Mayer. You know, I think at the end of the day, I still have to.
More than 20 catches, bro.
Right. Right.
Well, he got hurt last year. And here's number 2 in the press. I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say it's like, 4th and 1 on the 1 yard line. And it's to go to the playoffs. Are you handing the ball off to Zeus? Or would you give it, to Bowers? He's a bigger guy. 4th and 1. 4th and 1. What would you do? Because he can do everything.
I got to give it to Zeus.
I'm giving it to
I'll
Zeus.
sneak it.
Or sneak. It just really depends. Because I think I do believe in our guards. I don't believe in James. That's the problem. That's my problem with the sneak.
Yeah. Well, to me,
now James. Now going back to James, Turf, you got to give him credit because when he played with Gruden running the zone scheme with Tom Cable, which is the
he's built for scheme.
With the epitome of zone blocking is with Tom Cable and his good days. Tom Cable's good days, he was a very good zone blocking coach. So
I know.
And when James
not for us,
was
not
running,
for us.
Not for us. Now he kind of fell out.
Yeah, before us, he was known as the zone guru. Well, my bad. Go ahead.
And the way James was taught to do that is that the zone. The zone is movement. The offensive line moves to one side. James excelled at that. When he ran this power stuff, he got built.
He's
back
not strong enough.
He's light in the ass and he's not strong. the thing that I want from my center is now in the zone where you got to move a little bit. He has good feet. Look at James and watch his footwork. He messed up last year because it's a power scheme. He's not good at it. But he excelled when he was with Gruden in the zone offense. And for one thing, as a running back, we were talking about Zeus when he was running the zone, him bumping into pulling guards' asses, and his vision wasn't there, and he wasn't seeing what he didn't have good instincts with the when the hole opens up because the hole opens up like that. That's it.
Yeah, it's all about timing.
He has to find that little gap and squeeze through it, get skinny, and go through it. Now, if he could do that, if Zeus could do that, which I don't have any confidence in him doing it, because that needs to be taught and be taught well. And then he hasn't done it enough. He excelled the last 4 games last year, but it wasn't zone blocking. These guys are running something totally different. That offensive line is going
No,
to be
no,
different.
I think they tried to go more towards the zone towards the end of the season, didn't they?
Maybe it's hard to switch from one to the other. You don't
No,
want
it
the
is,
captain
it
doing
is,
that.
it
Yeah.
is. But I mean, but that was
Now,
one of the problems with Carmen Barcelo anyway. Is it seemed like he kept switching back and forth. Remember that first year we had him, he was playing musical chairs with the linemen anyway. It seems
you don't
like,
do that.
man, and the
You
thing,
don't
and
do
I
that.
like him as a coach, but I don't know.
Tommy Priscilla was one of the best. Is probably still one of the best offensive line coaches.
Oh, he
But
is, yeah,
that that's for the the Perkins offense, bro. And then
yeah.
that's a totally different thing that that's old offense that they just rep and rep and rep
Yeah,
and
they
rep
were the
and
only few that did it. Yeah.
you rep the New England's the only time. I think Baltimore does it. The guys that get coaching jobs that from New England go there, and whoever Belichick goes with, if he goes to Dallas, they're gonna run into, and
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna be ape shit because they don't get nothing. They don't got nothing to do. You can't have fat ass Ezekiel Elliott running behind that. So I feel bad
Hell
for
yeah.
them. But the thing is that it's gonna be. I'm anxious to see offensively. That's why I keep going back offensively because I know the defense is gonna be real swell, but a running game with the zone offense, especially with the RPO game, is what this guy
Mm,
comes from. He comes from that,
mm.
and I can't see
If we do
Aiden
a RPO,
O'Connell
that lets you know what kind of
with his
quarterback we
with his
need.
five flat 40 taking off when everybody's covered. Well, there's a man on the running back, there's a man on the pitch man, and he has to take the ball. A guy. We go back
At
to
least be a
college.
threat. You got to at least be a
We
threat
got
to run.
going back
I
to
agree.
college. Going back to college. The 8 years he was in school, he had negative yards, dude. Negative yards, and all of them were sacks. 274 minus 200. You think this dude could go in there and run an RPO there? All of a sudden, I know Mitchell can because Mitchell used to do it with Taylor.
It is crazy watching them in practice, like even doing the RPO reps.
I would
Like
love
as
to
a
see
You
him
defensive
let the
do it.
best
coordinator, you're
quarterback
like,
win.
we know Aiden's not going to keep the ball. We know he's not
At all.
keeping
At
it.
all. At all.
Why
Just
put
let the
somebody
best
on?
quarterback win.
Yeah, the best quarterback
You're not.
wins,
You're not
man.
going to see that. You're not going to see that. But it's just that what we have to understand is that nobody is saying it enough that RPO is the epitome nowadays of the zone blocking scheme of the West Coast offense. They integrated that. John Gruden didn't. They didn't do it when they when Bill Ross ran invented the West Coast offense. They didn't run RPOs. As soon as these
Oh no,
quarterbacks
no,
like
no.
Lamar and all these other back in the day in the '90s where they brought in like the run and shoot and all these air raids type stuff. They it was just throwing the ball deep and getting what we got to do and being precise. And now what the zone is now is what San Francisco does. And what we're going to do is that we're going to get short yardage, medium routes, to our tight end. Tight end is very involved in it. And then DA and Jacoby, they get it 15 yards and then you do your work. You earn your money with making them miss tackles and do all that. But the running backs have to set the tone of that offense. And if we don't do that, we're gonna have a lot of problems, bro. We're gonna have a lot of problems. And I can guarantee you that. You can stamp my gravy on that, bro.
Nah, I
So
get it,
Gravy, I
man.
have a question for you. So, like, Josh Jacobs got $2 million more per year would get from us. It's really a 3-year contract. I miss him, dude. I wish the Raiders would have, like, with the money that we have, I wish we would have, like, re-signed him. With the money that, he got from Green Bay, what do you think?
He deserves it. He deserves it.
He deserves it, but, like, should the Raiders have offered that same money?
Yes. Yes.
I can't disagree with that. I like him because, honestly, I think he's the third best running back in the Raiders' history.
I can't.
What did
All
he
right.
do, Turf? What did he do? What did he do to you, Turf?
Go ahead,
Yeah,
go
Turf.
ahead, Turf. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
He didn't do anything.
Let's go.
We played with his money. We played with his pockets. We played with his pockets. And he
I
led, and then
understand,
right after we played with his pockets, he led the league in rushing. Those guys don't fall from trees, bro. And that's what I said last time. If you have one, you keep it.
I don't disagree in a sense. I just think that the way that the game is being played today, it's more of a passing league, which has created the ability to have more running backs that are just naturally gap finders, people that just naturally know how to run the rock, kind of like corner. I mean, there are just people that have instincts, and it shows more in this new league where you can barely touch them now, if you will. And that's why you're seeing this situation with running backs coming in these single back offenses and coming no backs and all of this stuff. And that's why you have the ability to run better with just multiple guys in general. It's just a part, bro. Again, go ahead, Chris. I'm queuing you up.
I don't like the way. I
was a running back. I was a running back, and bro, I hate it. But the bottom line is, no running back right now is worth $12-14 million. I'm sorry, and I think you guys are just gonna see it, whether you love it or hate it. And I'm not saying. See, my thing is, y'all saw my comments. I believe that Zeus is our number one running back. I believe that Madison is our number two. I believe that those are our running backs. I believe everything else it's kind of secondary. I think Madison is going to be what you see on third downs more so than any of those other two running backs. I think that is our 1-2 punch. I think that's what you see the most. Those other guys, like you said, are going to be in the position of special teams and obviously trick plays and other packages that are very small, maybe 5%, right? 8% of what we do. But it's Madison and Zeus all day. There is no what are we going to do? Who's going to have what? Both of them dudes might run for a G. Real talk. You heard it from Turf first. I believe both of them have the ability to run for over 1,000 yards, depending on how we play this out. Because, again, that 12 personnel, bro, if you got putting both of them dudes back there at the same time, is going to be dangerous with both of those tight ends and one wide receiver. Man, there's so much we can play around with.
There is a lot. There's a lot we can do.
So much,
That's exciting
bro.
to look forward to. It's exciting to look forward to.
So much, man.
But let me tell you this, Turf. Let me tell you this, Turf. When you say that we're airing the ball out, I see it different. Because in the Super Bowl, how important was Pacheco for Kansas City to win that game? Besides the last play of the game where Rice got that touchdown, but that was set up by who?
I don't see us airing it out either. I think we're going to be a running.
San Francisco was the same way.
I see us running the ball. Oh yeah,
they ran the football.
I see us running the ball.
To get to that level, we need to run the football. Are you that confident in Zeus to take over that ability like a Pacheco? We know he's not a McCaffrey, but like Pacheco to dominate and take it to the playoffs and have those yards like that.
You know what I think's going to happen? I think he's going to be the starter. He's going to wear these dudes down a tad, and then obviously Madison is going to do what he does best, which is come off the bench and look like a star, and Zeus is going to have a problem with it. And that's
Hey God, I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't think we're gonna be a run first team. I really don't. To me,
I do.
Our personnel doesn't show that we should be. Arguably, we got the best receiver in the league. You know, if you want to say top 2 or 3, whatever. I think arguably we got the best. Oh, okay, I'll say the top 4 number 2 receiver in the league. You know, and then I think with us having Bowers, I think Bowers will prove himself to be a top tight end in the league. Like, to me, if you got those 3 guys on your team and you're trying to tell me that we're going to be a run first offense, I might have a problem with that.
I think Bowers is going to be our running, our fullback.
I got a question for you guys. So what was the best tight ends ever in Raiders history?
Wait, but hold on though. But hold on, before we go there though. But I kind of want to hear y'all's point with that though. I mean, you really think that we're going to?
It's the best passing offense.
That's what I think. I think we better for passing. That's just me. What about you, Gravy?
I don't want O'Connell out there throwing the ball 40-something times.
I think
that's my quarterback.
I think our offensive line is going to dictate why we're going to be so nasty in the run game. Honestly, I don't know, man. You know I love James Craig as the offensive line coach. I think he's going to put together a master plan with that offensive line we have with Parham on the right guard, Jackson Powers on the left, right? We're going to have Mumford on the right tackle and Miller on the left tackle. And I think that is going to be a nasty group to have to deal with. And putting Zeus back there, no matter what the case may be, he's going to create problems. And then Madison behind it is going to make it even worse. And I think you're going to get a lot of that. And I don't know. I think we'll be balanced. But I think if anything, I think AP would much rather have more of a run game than a pass game. And I think we're set up to do that. And we can do and that's the thing. We can do what we want. We can set it up how you choose to. I mean, Bowers is literally the magic bullet, man. He literally is our new fullback. You've never had a tight end that you put at fullback like that on a regular basis. And you can go back to that old school running the fullback into the flat, running angles with the fullback.
That's nasty.
This guy, bro, because
Spider Y2 banana.
That never goes away. That never goes away. It's the 50-year-old play, 60-year-old play. It never goes away.
He's that kind of player, bro. He's that. And hey, y'all know Turf was hot when we got that kid. But now, man, I'm telling y'all, man.
I know.
That kid is potentially going to change the face of football for I'm telling you, man, because he literally could.
I love hearing you say that. It is so comical to me.
Depending on a rookie,
this is so comical.
Bro, he's a different rookie, bro.
You don't understand how funny this is for me to hear Turf talk like this.
So was Tyree. So was what's his name? Zeus. So was
Turf talking like this is so wild.
Never a different rookie. In fact, Zeus, the only one. Yeah, he was more injury prone and came out of Georgia, and you always got an ill offensive line at Georgia, so you're always gonna run well. I wouldn't say Zeus came with that kind of.
But we're putting our whole season, our whole running opportunity on a guy that only played 4 games last year. Well, 5 or 6. You know, he spelled Jacobs when he needed a breather or whatever, but legit 4 games last year. And
I agree.
We're depending our season that we're not going to get nobody else. Then now we're depending our season on a kid from New Hampshire that's going to take over everybody.
I don't agree, bro. I don't agree with you.
I'm not saying that you're saying that, Jack Kenna. I'm not saying that you're saying that.
No. That's a great point, Gravy.
You don't know how confident.
So now is it my time to chime? Is it my time to chime in? So
can I talk at least for a moment? I mean, Josh is probably the third best running back in the Raiders history. He's a cross between, Bo Jackson and Marcus Allen. He's a tweener, dude. He's a tweener. He's got the power. He doesn't have the speed. He can make he makes the first guy miss in Marcus Allen. When you go up to the line, he reads the line and he makes the guy miss, like Marcus. He's got the power of Bo, but he doesn't have the speed, and he doesn't have the catching ability as a Marcus, but better than Bo. So he's the third best running back in the Raiders' history. And we didn't want to spend that money, but then we give the money to Max, and we could have used some of that money to get him back. Can you imagine this team right now with him on a team versus Zeus? What you've been saying, 4 games, only 4 games proven what you've done.
Bro,
and what we saw from Zeus, he runs well to the outside. He doesn't run well to the inside. He doesn't make guys miss. He's a powerful back, but he doesn't know how to read the line.
Justin Fargas.
The disrespect for McFadden that you have there, and Charlie Garner.
Well, I love Charlie Garner, and McFadden, man, that kid was super fast, but
Jacobs is better than McFadden, though.
It just never happened for McFadden. I felt like that guy was going to be the savior, and it just never happened with McFadden.
But McFadden, it's only because he couldn't stay healthy. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. Everybody know how I feel about McFadden. That was my guy. But I mean, I can't sit here and say McFadden. Yeah, he's not better than Jacobs was. Literally what I wanted McFadden to be: durable. He averaged 50. He averaged 15 games per season. That's why I hate when people always say he wasn't durable, especially turf.
Well, we were talking about Bo, right? Bo played half the games, and then he got a hip pointer, like playing against the Bengals. But we all call him the best running back of the Raiders, except for maybe Marcus Allen.
No hip pointer. It was a hip dislocation.
That whole thing came out. Bo's whole joint came out.
What I was saying about Jacobs is, if you look at the history of running backs that have had those amount of carries in a season like that and been able to kind of repeat that, or what they look like that very next year, the numbers
went down. You're right. You're right.
So that's all I was trying to say about him. And I think we used him up. It's year 5. I think we used him up. I think he's going to have issues moving forward. He did miss more games than he ever missed his whole career that last year. He missed more games.
The year last year.
Right. And a lot of this was because of the way it all worked out for him, and y'all, you see what and this is where Jack, I don't agree with Jack, because see, you're right, Jack. He could have potentially been the best running back, but that was my problem with him, because I still think if you look at this deal, he could have got the same thing if he would have just took the goddamn, franchise tag, and if he would have never held out, he would have potentially had a stellar year. I doubt it, because it's right off of that year that he had the most touches. So, but it was a way to prove it and make it something that solidified. And the bottom line is, he would have, at the worst, got another franchise tag. Guess what? For the $12 million that he got in Green Bay. And that's the only guaranteed money, to my knowledge. From what I read on that contract, after this year, he can be chopped, and it's just a wrap. And that's just it. They don't have to give him more money, the way that contract is structured. So all I'm saying is, if the Raiders, passed on that, it's the right thing to do, because, again, I don't think he's going to have that great of a year, just on the facts I just said. This is going in the 6th year. He's now going to be playing in the cold on a regular, constant basis. Bro, I just don't see it. And, prove me wrong, Jacobs. I ain't mad at the guy, man. I get it. He got a lot of kids to feed. Absolutely go get the money. But the truth is, he didn't go get the money. And I think he's bitter over that, because the realization it all came out, that, hey, bro, You kind of
I
got
think it
the
was the
same
way
thing
he was treated.
you
It was
got
the
for
way
us.
he was treated, man.
The way he was
I
treated. The
understand
way
that,
he was
but
treated.
I agree with that, Gravy. But the problem is that's just the league. And that's the problem, bro, because all running backs, bro, all them running backs that was top running backs was getting dirt for bread.
But that's fine that it's a league. But I guess my issue is why is he being demonized for?
He's not. He shouldn't be demonized. I don't know who's demonizing him.
You gotta watch other channels, bro.
Yeah, I mean all the fans are.
Bro, I told him go get that bread because you only
Yeah, I
get
don't
it.
get that.
Yeah, they
I don't blame.
That bread,
I don't
bro.
blame.
As a
If someone
running
mess,
back,
if
go get
somebody
that
mess
bread.
with my money like that, if someone mess with my money like that, and then this is one thing I said about Josh Jacobs: if we run the ball 472 times, you better get 600, 1,600 yards. You better. You know what I mean? Because people say, hey, it's kind of easy to get 1,000 yards. You can make yourself look good, but it's hard. It's hard
Oh,
to
yeah,
do that.
she hard.
You're in a situation with an offensive line that's flexible, that's getting rotated every time. He was in a bad situation. He didn't go to OTAs. He didn't go
Right.
to. If anybody has the excuses of holding out, it was Josh Jacobs, and
Thank
his
you,
play showed it.
thank you.
His play showed it. He didn't go to none of that because we were messing with his pockets. Not only once, but twice we did that. And
Bro,
when your head coach says that you're the backbone, you're the heartbeat of stood on a podium and said that
Yeah,
about you,
I
and
can't
didn't take
tell.
care of you,
Yeah,
and didn't take care of you, and then you go with this dude instead of me,
yeah.
I'm gone. I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either.
I don't blame him either. All I'm
I
saying
don't
Not
is
blame
only
you.
okay, Turf, you're
I
saying
think
Green
things
Bay's
could have
gonna
been done
see,
differently.
we're gonna see the loss of Josh Jacobs. We're gonna feel that.
I don't agree. I really honestly don't
So you
agree.
have a lot of expectations towards Zeus. I think Zeus is a good running
It's
back,
not
but
it's not just Zeus. That's the thing. I think that we have Zeus and Madison with some decent backups if necessary in a passing team of craziness. I mean, with Jacoby, with Jacoby Myers on the right and with Tay on the left, and then Bowers and Turner. I think that's crazy. I think that's
so
hard to
you're
defend.
cool with O'Connell throwing the ball
I am 100%.
45 times a game.
Well, I'm cool with him throwing it. I think his average should be right around 30 to 35 times. That's what I think he should be. I think he should throw the ball probably about 30, lower, closer to 30. But
So we
30 to
average 100 to 125 yards a game rushing. At least to control the
yeah,
clock.
yeah,
If
absolutely.
we got O'Connell doing shit like that, then the other team's gonna get the ball. You're gonna give Mahomes a ball how many times?
So guys, let's talk about the quarterback I'm going to talk for a
You
half
got
second.
to
I'm going to
say
get off it. So John Madden said, if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have one quarterback. That's John Madden. We have two quarterbacks. I just want the best guy to win. I don't care who it is. I just want the best guy to win the job, and then we'll move forward. Let's talk about everything else, because you know what? That shit will work itself out.
I honestly, Gravy, it could be a toss up. Dude, I am not gonna be mad if guard dog goes out there. In fact, I'm gonna be just as happy. I think that we have what we need to win. Real talk. I don't think we need a different quarterback. I think those two will do. One or the other will do. Whichever
The best
one
guy,
it is.
yeah. Whoever wins it, whoever wins it.
I just got
Chris,
a
thank you.
different guy that I like.
Fine.
I got a different guy that I like.
Yeah.
But I know one guy is gonna start, and then
Yeah.
that's the
No,
guy I don't want. That's the guy I don't want throwing the ball for 30 times, like you say, Turf, 35 times. The other guy I'm cool with 35 times.
I think you're gonna see a different Aiden O'Connell, bro. I think
Because he could get out of there. He could get out of. You can't make the guy faster, Turf.
But he can make faster decisions, and he can make more. He can make things change on the line of scrimmage based on what he sees, because now he's got more of an education, more of an understanding, and also the ability. I believe he was.
Who you think does that better though? Who you think does that better?
Well, obviously, I have to go with who has the most experience. I'm gonna be honest; it'd be Minshew, because he's the one that's proven it in the league. So I'd be a fool to say that it's
I'll just I'll just checking your temperature, man. See, I'll see how many beers. I'll see how many beers you didn't had, man. I was checking.
I'm Gucci there. Because again, bro, I'm telling y'all, that's my thing. And I have said it, and you got to give me my props. I said it. That
you guys draw me in. It's like then you say who's got the better upside overall. I mean, we've seen what Minshew has done, but who's got the better upside, like potential?
I don't think Minshew has done it.
Minshew.
I don't think he has the bigger upside.
Chris?
I don't think he was there.
I hate to say, I really think Minshew has too, just because he hasn't had an opportunity to show his full potential yet.
Then this is gonna suck this year.
Journeyman. Look, I'm all for it if he's the guy. Honest truth, real talk.
It's a journeyman. It's a journeyman that's been successful every time his journey was called on the field.
Bro, how many times have I vouched? Chris, be real. How many times have I vouched? I'm the one that's been saying that he took the Colts, and I was misspeaking because I actually thought they had a playoff game and they didn't. But he took the Colts to almost get into the playoffs with one freaking wide receiver. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, Pittman Jr. is the real deal. But still, that's all he had. Taylor wasn't there half the time. And he took that team to the brink of getting to the playoffs. They missed by a game, bro. He's a dog. Why do you think they call him guard dog? He's a dog.
He's a drop pass in the end zone away. A drop pass in the end zone away.
And I'm telling you, you're right, Chris. He just needs the opportunity. I'm just praying that my guy, because I just believe in him, actually beats him out. If he doesn't, he ain't gonna be out there. And AP ain't about to put him out there when Minshew. We all know Minshew can ball.
Yeah,
bro, he was ready to put everything on the line for Daniels. And
start him.
Daniels, then
all I know is we got the legend John Gruden in the building, y'all. He said I wanted Jaden Daniels. That's what John Gruden said.
Exactly.
Is that Gabe's little second channel?
We all hope that.
He said AOC better ball out.
Oh, we're saying better now. Are we not comfortable with that?
I think he needs to exponentially elevate this year. See, that's the other thing. Nobody ever asked me these questions like, well, what do I think he needs, right? What I think
I ask you all the time, Turf.
You don't ask me what I think he needs to do.
Who? AOC?
Yeah.
Turf.
Y'all just don't like him. Y'all don't
Turf,
even care
you're not about to sit here on Beyonce's internet and lie on me, man. You're not going to, bro. You're not going to.
Bring that out of him, man. Me and Kenna make his mind rolling. You know what I mean?
So what have I said? So what have I said then?
What was your answer?
What AOC needs to work on. Yeah.
No, you'll always say that he like his mobility as far as like not mobility, but getting the ball out faster, making quicker decisions. You always say that. And then I think you always would talk about like his footwork. I mean, kind of getting faster. I mean, it was all you never said nothing about his throwing, but it was all about processing quicker and getting the ball out quicker. So come on, don't act like I want to ask you, man.
But also again, having a playbook, having an actual real design that somebody can teach you that's there to use. These cats, I mean, let's be real here. What did he use his rookie year? What was that?
What do you mean?
Clearly, what offense did he run?
The only one that he knew.
And nobody could teach him it, run it for him, right? It's just, bro, Hardigrave. That was the only guy they had.
He's in the same predicament this year because he's learning a whole new offense this year.
Right.
I agree, but it has a foundation. It has a person that understands it, has proven it to be pretty successful. And I mean, I think he's going to do wonders with. He kind of fits the type of, guy he wants. He wants to get the ball out quick. He wants stuff to happen pretty fast. And I think
I think Minshew already has that though.
Okay.
Do we have any of those issues with Minshew? Do we have mobility? Do we have pocket awareness? Do we have his clock management? His clock.
He gets the
in his
ball out
head,
fast.
standing there, getting out the ball fast, giving it to the running back on the emergency on what I call the oh shit route. Oh shit route.
Bro,
Oh shit, I'm gonna give it to my running back. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Or
I
or
agree.
can he throw it deep? Can he do that? We don't want to have to solve these problems during real
Bro,
games.
I agree.
We want a
Listen,
guy
I
that knows
agree.
how to do that already. This ain't an
Based
experiment
on last
anymore.
year,
Not an
bro,
experiment
based
anymore.
on last
It's the second year.
I hear you, but based on last year, you're absolutely right. If you're talking about last year, yes, Minshew comes in and wins. But I'm talking about after camp.
Yeah.
Because again, he hasn't, you got to remember, the kid didn't even have reps. He was third string. He was
Absolutely.
behind.
That's
He had
AP's fault.
no reps.
All right,
There's
let's
just
talk about
so much that
AFC
was
12.
wrong about his rookie season that nobody wants to look at.
Yeah, Turf,
And I'm just telling you, bro.
100% agree with you. I'm going to jump in, dude. It's like, you look at him, it's like when he went on to Purdue, he was like the 8th quarterback. He worked his way up, fought hard. He's mentally tough. And you know what? He comes on to a team like this with McDaniels, McFired, and you got to, switch from him, taking Derek Carr's number, getting mentally pushed down. Don't change my plays. You run my play. You do all that type of stuff. And then, he gets fired. And you get Bo Hardigree?
Hardigree, yeah.
Yeah. Then now he's your offensive coordinator. And yes, Turf, you're right. He's getting third string reps. And what did he do? He was the second best rookie as a 4th round draft pick coming out of the draft.
Come on, guys.
There was only 2 quarterbacks that
Thank
played that
you.
whole
Like,
season
come
that were
on,
rookies.
guys.
Yeah,
We gotta
there's
get
a
off
reason,
that
Gravy.
narrative, man.
There
There's
was
a
only
reason.
2 quarterbacks that played that year.
I don't even care about
It
that
was
narrative. I
it
think
was
the
it was it was
kid
the
did
guy from
awesome.
Houston and Aiden O'Connell. That
But
was
he's
it.
learned.
Those
But
only 2
here's the
quarterbacks
thing.
that had.
He's
Y'all driving
learned.
me to drink. I'm going to get another beer. I'll be right back.
All right.
Y'all
Well,
driving
Jack,
me to
Get loaded.
hold on.
Get
Well,
loaded.
Jack,
You
I
gotta
have a question for you, Jack, because since you brought it up, we
I
always
hate
talk
the
about
quarterback
how
talk.
Aiden was the second best quarterback of the of that draft class or whatever. But the thing is, if the Panthers offered you Bryce Young for a straight up trade with Aiden O'Connell, who would you take, or would you accept the trade?
I'd accept it.
Okay, so why do we even keep bringing up that he had a better season than when you say that, all you're saying
I'm
is he
just
had a
saying
better
it's
season than
potential.
Bryce.
It's
Huh?
potential. It's potential.
Okay, but
That's
that's
all
what I'm
it's about.
saying. But the thing is, no one else played. It was only CJ. Then what's his name? Will Levis. He played a little bit, but I just can't stand when people say that and act like it's such a big feat when it was really only CJ. Really,
I
of course
kind of
you're
feel
gonna.
like AOC 12 now. It's like I look, like what he did under McDaniels versus going AP. It's like I see improvement. I feel like he has growth to go to the next step. Am I saying he's a franchise quarterback? No. Am I saying the mustache Minshew is our franchise quarterback? No. Am I saying next year do I want a franchise quarterback? Yes, I do. But it's like I feel like he has growth potential to do better. Like every player, just like we talked about Bennett earlier. I feel like Bennett's got a lot of growth potential.
Yeah.
I feel like he's got growth potential too, just like every single player. And if you're going to be a quarterback in the National Football League and your head coach gets fired, you get a new head coach. You get a new offensive coordinator who's only your quarterback coach, who's running kind of the same plays as the offensive coordinator. Do I see growth? Yeah. Do I see there's a potential to be going over Minshew? Yes. I'm going to say, is Minshew right now better than AOC 4 or 12? Yes. But I see, let the best quarterback win. Let him play out with Gatsby's system. Let's see what happens. Because, there was so much turnover. And it's like, it was crazy for like a young rookie. And now we got a new quarterback being brought in.
I agree.
Man, it's chaos for those guys.
Yep. No, I agree.
When you say, I got one thing, Chris.
Okay.
When you say that he played with McDaniel, he played one game under McDaniel.
It's his head coach, though. But he that's what he went through training camp and OTAs and
The
everything else.
third
He was
string
he was behind
quarterback.
Hoyer.
He was the third string quarterback. So
Yeah,
you
he's
get
behind
treated
Hoyer
like a
even.
third. You get treated like the third string quarterback.
Yeah,
That was Bo his that was Bo's job to develop Aiden O'Connell. That was probably their intention. So them two mixing up together was probably the reason why he was the offensive coordinator, because he knew
That
what
makes
Aiden
sense.
can and cannot do. See, but I wouldn't have kept Lombardi anyways, because he would have did exactly what McDaniels did. But the
Yeah.
thing is, Bo Harvey did the same thing McDaniels did, because you couldn't change it. You couldn't do anything different.
You too far
Maybe
in. You too far in the season at that point.
maybe
absolutely.
just
Halfway through the
a
season, bro.
formation
They
Yeah.
or a
always
play,
change that.
but you had to do the same. Everything had to be the same, just about. But if you say, well, he was with Midshitnuts and all this and that, it was one game of the worst game that he ever played, and he almost won that game. He threw a pick at the end zone that I was right there at the end zone watching that play, and really it was Jacoby Myers' fault. He
Yeah.
didn't. He didn't.
He didn't pick the
He stayed.
dude.
Hey,
He didn't
Gravy,
pick the guy well. He didn't pick the
Mm.
great,
guy well, and he didn't go in the end zone to pick the guy. He went on the field. He should
Yeah.
have been
great,
in the end zone.
Gravy. Do
But
me a favor.
maybe he shouldn't have threw the ball anyways. That was a decision that he couldn't have made. After that, it was all AP said he's a starter. We have the best chance to win.
Yep,
So
Gravy. Do me a favor. What was the coach's name again?
what, coach?
The one you just said.
McDaniels?
Yeah, the one what you just said a second ago. Mick what?
All the names you guys call him. I don't know. I forgot.
Was it McShit? That's what you just said.
I don't know. Yeah, I heard that before. I don't know. But it's just, you know, he was a bad fit for the Raiders. You can't say that Josh McDaniels was a bad coach. He has the hardware to prove it. He was a bad coach for the Raiders, and he had one of the best quarterbacks ever under his wing. But
His quarterback
He's not
never
a head
listened to
coach.
him.
He's not a head
you
coach.
can't
Yeah, he's not a
you
head
can't
coach.
Yeah,
no,
he's not a head coach.
Not a head coach.
he's not a people person.
Definitely not
That's what he
that.
is, man.
He never learned. He said he learned from like the Broncos, but he never learned. He really
I
didn't
wouldn't say
learn.
that. I wouldn't even say that. I felt like he learned. I just think that it was just a situation where once you start losing, guys start you got to deal with these
Contagious.
personality. Yeah, it used to start.
It's contagious.
It's contagious, and then they start thinking about things that you did back when you were in Denver and all that, and
So
I don't know.
Chris, then I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So how did he learn from being in Denver to the Raiders? What changed?
I didn't see how he.
10
I didn't
years,
see anything.
Well,
10 years of football.
Well, no, I mean, I think even his approach. I mean, he tried to be more of a people person. I mean, you got to think. I mean, there are players that like McDaniels as much as we want to talk bad about him. Jacobs liked McDaniels.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, like Davante liked McDaniels.
They liked him absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like we can't sit here. I mean, Davante actually said that was the first group that he ever worked with that actually came to him and like, hey, what do you like? What do you really like? Like they really came to him and empowered him. Like Josh McDaniels wasn't doing that back with Brandon Marshall in the Broncos. I mean, that's a big change right there.
Definitely.
You're
know what I'm
Brandon
saying?
Marshall too much credit. You're giving Brandon Marshall too much credit. Loud
Yeah,
mouth mother.
but no, I'm just saying. But he was a top guy at that point, so it's like at least but he wasn't going to him. But again,
I've never.
I was
Brandon
so
Marshall
wrong about
kinda-
McDaniels. I was so wrong about McDaniels, and I keep it real. But I'm not. We can't act like he don't know football, man. You know what I'm saying?
I he definitely knows
What I
football.
was saying. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I think he needs a leader in
Mhm.
front of him.
He does.
Lead those guys.
He needs a Belichick on top of him
Yeah.
to tell him.
And he can implement a good offense. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I honestly do think that we don't give Tom enough credit, bro. Because
Yeah. We
I'm
got
sorry,
to.
bro.
got
Tom is Tom. Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. Both of them dudes built their career off of Tom Brady. I'm sorry.
Oh, Tom Brady, yeah.
They totally built their career off of him, and he was the coach himself. I mean, y'all started to hear about all the things he did to motivate them dudes. He gave less money on a regular basis. It was really Tom Brady from that respect. And don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted, because that offense, again, that's what I'm saying. They built that offense. It's just that Tom was so cerebral with it that it was easy for him to run. And that's why I think Adams got along with McDaniels so well because of
he's
that.
that way too. He like
He seen the Randy Moss tape. He seen the Randy Moss tapes.
Right, but you can't do that with the team you had.
That's true.
And he tried to force that shit, which is why we played like shit.
But Turf, what happened though? What ultimately happened? What ultimately happened was just the misfire on the quarterback. I think he
thought he was getting Tom Brady.
Yeah, he didn't realize he was getting Jimmy G until later. But then he thought that he was going to have that same Jimmy G that was fresh out of college. But you're bringing in a Jimmy G that got 7 years under Kyle Shanahan. Completely different type of offense. You gotta untrain that person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we made every excuse for Jimmy G too. We made every excuse for Jimmy G too. He's a winner. He took this team to 8-0 before he got hurt. You know what I mean? We said all that. I did.
No,
so
I
Chris,
did too.
You're gonna say that Jimmy G is like better as like a rookie after having 7 years of experience and running.
What I'm saying is in Gravy, you probably, I mean, both of you guys probably understand. Like when you get somebody that's fresh out of college, I mean, it really in almost any industry, if you get someone that doesn't know any better, they're basically a blank canvas. So you can teach them how you want them to play the game of football. Now, when you get someone that's been to a whole bunch of different, and that's why sometimes journeymen have trouble, and honestly, that's what happened to Derek Carr. He had to unlearn so many things and then try to relearn something else. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost easier to get a dude like honestly, like that's why Stidham probably understood the system so well, because that's the only system he knew. That's why when he came on over,
keep Stidham, bro.
Yeah, like it, you know what I'm saying? Like it just made sense where it was like, hey, I know this. Now, Jimmy G, he probably had to, in Shanahan's offense, I would do it this way, but he had to. That's 7 years in your brain, man. You got to get rid of that. You can't look at that same defense the same way. And I don't know. Me personally, I think it's a lot harder to untrain somebody's brain than to get somebody fresh and just, paint that blank canvas.
Quit making excuses for Derek Carr, Chris.
I don't disagree with
what about the other 8 years, bro?
Hey, man. Hey,
still be able to come in and get it done, bro. If you're a professional, it don't matter. That's why bro.
Yeah.
I don't think you do it, and I'm from Fresno. So
all right, fellas, man. Well, we're about to wrap this up. We are 3 hours and 18 minutes over the time that I wanted to do. But every time I get Gravy on here, man.
Damn, Chris, it's salute, brother, on that.
He ended up with two more guests. He ended up with 2 more guests, more knowledge of football.
I know, man. You know,
you got it, bro. I guaranteed at least 4 or 5 hours when you're with me.
Man, I love it though. I love it, man. But before we get off, man, like I always do, man, I want you guys to plug what you guys got going on and tell the people, man. Gravy, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with you. And anyone, listen, I got any mods in here now? I don't know if I do.
I'm a mod, but I can't be in there at the same time being on chat.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, if somebody can get Gravy's info and put it into like his YouTube and put it up there and post it for us. But go ahead, Gravy, man. Let everybody know where they can find you. What all you got going on?
Coach Gravy, representative of Raider Nation Live. We're on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays with my boy Lowe and Raider Gate 420. We're going to be on this Sunday with a special guest about an event that we're going to be going to this coming up weekend. Going to be a lot of fun. Hope you guys can make that and introduce yourself to us, and we'll do the same and have some fun and get to know everybody that's in Chris's chat and It's a pleasure to be here, Chris. And also have my own page, Coach Gravy. Not really on it all the time, but when I get out of school, I'm planning on having individual shows during the days that we're not on. But Raider Nation Live is the number one. So check it out, man, on those days at 8 o'clock, always.
For sure, for
Pleasure to be on
sure.
here, Chris.
Hey, I
You too,
always,
you too,
you know,
Turf
I,
and
I
Ken.
always, I always, I always enjoy having you on here, man. It's always a good conversation. Always a good conversation. Got to bring up my big bro, my man that iron sharpens iron, man. That's my guy, man. But Turf, man, tell everybody where they can find you.
Yes, sir. As always, man. The Ultimate Raider Fan 32. That's on Instagram. That's on Facebook. It's Alt Raider Fan 32, I believe, on X as Twitter, if you will, based on right size, all that good stuff, pause. But yeah, man, we got Tuesday nights is the Ultimate Raider Fan Show 32. We got Thursday nights, Turf and Rundown, and then of course Sunday, the Raider Syndicate, man. So y'all all know, y'all pretty much all follow everybody at the Syndicate. That's where most of my viewers come from. The Shield Squad, all of y'all graciously appreciate each and every one of you. And we're gonna continue to keep bringing this content, man. This season is going to be special for real. I absolutely will be having some of the most fire content, live content from the stadium, the whole nine. It's gonna be pretty lit. So continue to watch. It's just getting started. I really believe that y'all are gonna see some crazy content. Rundown is gonna come back refreshed from vacation, and he's gonna kick us all in the ass a little bit when it comes to getting it going, man, because he's gonna be refreshed.
Get off my lawn gang or something like that. Turf.
Get off my lawn. Jack Kenna, man. You're always everywhere, man. Go ahead and plug what you got going on, man, or just what you do, man. Super fan.
You guys always know me as like my cell phone's dying because I'm always watching all you guys show. All you guys shows. I love watching all the Raider content creators. I'm trying to put it back together from one of the old school shows, like when YouTube only had a few guys. So me and OG are talking behind the scenes right now.
Yeah.
And possibly bring that back together. I did host, Captain Jack's show on the Wild Wild West 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
In celebration of Jim Otto. And then OG did another, tribute to him as being one of the best Raiders ever. And you know what? I just want to continue coming on to everyone's shows and support all you guys. Because I don't really want to do this shit. Honestly. I just want to I want to talk to you guys and you guys push your contents and your creations. And I've seen all you guys on this channel. So salute Raider Nation. Salute everyone on the channel right now. Good night, brothers.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. And as you guys know with me, man, this is my show, and it's been doing it a little over a year, man. So really been working hard to build it. In 1 year, I feel like I've made some pretty good ground, man. I'm trying to get myself, in the mix of things. So I couldn't do this without the Shield Squad. So I appreciate all you guys. On Sunday, I got my show with my brothers, man. The Syndicate. That show was just something that we love doing that, man. It's just four brothers just talking shit. That's what it is, man. So we just talk our shit and we argue, we laugh together, we get frustrated, and now we're gonna be traveling together. We all going to the to the opener, and there was a few games where we really became a family, man. So it's the perfect dynamic of four different personalities, different types of people, and we love it, man. So
come to Cali, man. Come to Cali. Come visit.
Oh yeah, I'm coming to Cali, man. I'm coming to Cali week 1, baby. Hopefully you there.
Yeah.
Are you going to the opener?
We there, bro. Raider Nation
Live,
be there, bro.
I ain't gonna say I'm going.
At Bakersfield.
Oh, it's
I
going
ain't
in.
gonna say I'm
Turf.
going in, bro.
Turf, let's go.
I'm there, but I ain't gonna say I'm going in that.
You going in, man.
I hate that place, bro.
Man, it's
Dumpster
easy to
fire.
get a ticket, man. You don't
Bro,
have
I
to.
hate the dumpster fire, bro.
Yeah, he hates that stadium for some reason.
I
I'm
hate
going because this is my
No.
first time. If I don't like it, then but I'm going, man. So it's gonna be good.
There's nothing wrong with. There's nothing wrong with. Just
Don't
a
get
bit of
turf
advice.
started.
A bit of advice.
We're gonna go a
if you
whole
go-
nother hour if we start talking about
Bro,
SoFi.
I got videos.
You got to park where you're sitting at. Even if it's by the Forum, or even if it's by the new Clipper Stadium, you gotta park close to where you're going. You're gonna be walking a long way,
don't even care about
long way. There's a bunch of construction over there because the Clippers are building their thing over there. So it's
Bro.
it's a hectic walk. But once you get into the tailgate,
Gravy.
Gabe and them,
I don't think
Gabe
this
and
man.
them are getting ready.
This man.
Gabe
don't
and them
know.
are ready. What?
Nah,
Bro,
I'm like
Tailgate.
I got hour-long shows by myself just telling
talking about
people.
the Trust me, we are not about to talk about this now because
I
it
know
is
that-
1:31 where I'm at right now, and I'm hungry.
We can go to two turf, and he can block himself out and eat, and then come back.
I hate that stadium with a passion.
I don't like it either.
Whoever designed
like
it
it
should never be allowed to build a building ever again for somebody as far as the stadium. It should never be allowed.
They do stupid shit over there. They
That
got
is
a big
crazy.
old lake right in the middle of the damn parking lot.
4.6 billion and no goddamn AC.
That's crazy.
You got outside, bro. You got outside. You got a bunch of.
So you got outside. Oh
That's
man,
what it is. It's like a semi-open
Bro,
dome type.
you don't even get me started.
yeah, we ain't get him started. All right, y'all. Gravy, I appreciate you, my friend. Turf, I appreciate y'all, and I want y'all to do a show together, a full show.
Absolutely great.
I'm getting some popcorn. Y'all will be fun.
Get off my lawn game.
Yeah, that should be a call. Get off my lawn podcast.
Hey, Gravy, real talk. I just linked up on your page for sure. We definitely
Okay.
something, brother. We gonna definitely.
And let me know, Chris, whenever you're available. I know it's late, you're a different area, but
Yeah.
we would love to have you, bro.
Whenever. Yeah, I talked to Low. Yeah. Whenever. What days y'all go on?
We're gonna be on Sunday night, but you have a show.
What time? What time y'all go on Sunday? I might.
Yeah. See, we be done by 8. We be usually done by 8. We go sit. Well, it depends. Your 8 your time, yeah, because we be done 8 my time because we go 6 to 8. So that's 6 o'clock.
We're 8.
That's 6 o'clock.
8. So that's 11. That's 11 my time.
Yeah, and that's 10 my time. So we definitely be done way before.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on one because y'all go Tuesday too, don't you?
Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays, and sometimes in between. It matters how we
What
get.
time on Tuesday? What time on Tuesday?
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock on time.
Same thing. I'm 8:30.
So Turf, you too, man. Glad to finally be on with you. Be seeing you for a long time. So
Joe, man.
You and Chris, you and Chris, really one of the best shows that I watch. You know, there's a lot of dumb ones out there.
Yeah,
the information you guys give, and, even though they tell you Turf that your takes don't mean. I agree with you. Chris knows that. You sound like my boy Turf, man. You sound like my boy Turf.
Hey man, but you know there always has to be one of the group like that. But our group, all 4 of us all of us be out there sometime, man. So
I'm the Turf for the radio.
You're the Turf for your show. I love it.
But probably worse, bro. But, I'm making bets and I'm doing all this shit. Doing crazy.
All right, man.
We'd love to have Leo on. We had Leo on before.
Yeah.
Run down to all you guys. More than welcome.
Yeah.
Just all you gotta do is ask and tell me the time that you guys are all ready to come, and then we don't have a problem with it, man.
Cool. That's cool, man. Cool. I appreciate it, man. Everybody that's not already subscribed to him and his show, man. I'm sure most of you guys are, but definitely check them out, man. Their show is fire. So, all right, man. We're about to get out of here, man. So, as I always say, players and coaches come and go, but we must always protect the shield. Appreciate you guys. You guys be safe.
We be them Raiders. We be them Raiders. We be them Raiders. Just one beat a hater. We be them Raiders. We be them Raiders.